Hello and thanks for joining us on the news desk. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. Here are the headlines. Cholera vaccines to arrive in the country next week. Zanis sets up fish cages on Kariba Dam. 400 entrepreneurs in Kabompo to benefit from Hakainde Mentorship Initiative. And under-17 coach takes optimistic view of women's football. Now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says he is saddened with the high number of people that have lost their lives to cholera since the outbreak of the disease in October last year. The head of state has since sent a message of condolences to the bereaved families, saying government is committed to intensifying the fight against cholera through provision of clean water and clearing of drainages. President Hichilema was speaking in an interview with Zanis in Choma shortly before departure for Lusaka after cutting short his holiday to provide leadership in the fight against cholera. Chimunya Nalumpa now gives us more in this report.
He has the welfare of people at heart. Following the cholera situation that has become a health emergency in the country, President Hakainde Hichilema has cut short his holiday in Southern Province to further support the cholera fight. President Hichilema is saddened with the lives lost to cholera and mourns with the bereaved families.
That we have lost, families that have lost loved ones, all of us have lost. So our sincere condolences. But the situation is getting out of hand. So we need to put all our hands together and fight this pandemic.
The president now wants communities to adopt health behaviors to stop further spread of the disease as government allocates more resources to water and sanitation.
This cholera problem has been an ongoing problem. It's an issue of hygiene. We need to get overall to work to control the current outbreak, but going forward to make sure that we don't allow settlements, we don't allow new areas, development areas, which have no proper sanitation, no proper drainage, really, and also water source. Source of water is important. You know, we issued a directive that no more getting drinking water from shallow wells. But that's not enough. What's the alternative in terms of source of water? It's what we need to do. So we have to move resources now away from certain areas into these areas of sanitation, drainage, water supply, to work to control the current situation, but going forward to put resources where they're needed most. And that's why even at places like here in Choma, no one should be allowed to continue drawing water from shallow wells. We put money in CDF. That money is enough to put boreholes, to reticulate the water. That's why we've been singing this song. And sometimes citizens believe the president is just saying things. No, all these things are connected. They are related. We must listen and work as a team, as a people. Because there's no point, for example, you clean the drainage today, tomorrow somebody is emptying the garbage in the drain. So why should somebody do it? These are the consequences. But this is not a time to blame anybody. It's a time to say, can we change our sanitation situation?
Meanwhile, Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa has called for increased publicity on cholera preventive messages.
As the Ministry of Information, we are trying to lead in sensitization programs through public broadcasters, and we want to take this opportunity to appeal to the private sector, media, also to come on board to join hands with public media platforms in sensitizing the masses about the dire situation of cholera in the nation. To call upon media houses, particularly TV-based media houses, to go out there and film the actual situation obtaining on the ground, so that the people can be able to see the cause-effect relationship.
For Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua, the province remains on high alert to prevent further spread of the disease.
To 31 cases with the latest 5 cases recorded. Working with the districts to ensure that the golden rules on the measures to put in place for protection of our people in the province are being implemented, and we are monitoring.
President Hichilema and First Lady Mutinta have since left Choma for Lusaka. Chimunya Nalumba, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
Lusaka Province Health Director Simulia Manajonga has assured residents that the cholera vaccination exercise will commence soon. Dr. Jonga says priority will be given to hotspot areas in the province. Evelyn Masialeti now gives us the details.
Government has reaffirmed its commitment to putting in place various interventions that will help fight cholera. Some of the interventions that have been put in place include the provision of clean and safe drinking water, distribution of chlorine, sensitizing communities on the dangers and how cholera is spread, and vaccinations. Lusaka Province Health Director Simliamana Chonga says vaccines against cholera are expected to be in the country by next week.
Maybe within the next 1 or 2 weeks, we should have the vaccines. And once we have the vaccines, we'll obviously focus we'll have a focus on the most at risk people. And that will include obviously health workers who are exposed in the cholera treatment centers. We'll make sure that they get the vaccine.
And Kanyama residents have appealed to government to quickly start the cholera vaccination exercise. However, Kanyama First Level Hospital volunteer has noted with concern that water bowsers are unable to reach some areas which are in need of clean and safe drinking water. Government has so far erected over 80 water tanks in cholera hotspot areas and will soon embark on a vaccination exercise to help fight cholera. Evelyn Masialeti, reporting for Zanis.
And in Central Province Head Teachers Association Chairperson Keith Chembo has appealed to head teachers in the province to prioritize the fight against cholera by utilizing the sanitation component of the government grants for schools. Mr. Chembo has charged that government is taking a proactive approach to address any potential lapses in adherence to preventive measures by ensuring that schools are prepared for the reopening on 29th January 2024. More in this report.
Zambia on Thursday postponed the opening of primary and secondary schools for at least 3 weeks due to cholera outbreak. The new term was set to begin on January 8, but the increasing cases of cholera infections and deaths has forced the government to cancel schools' reopening plans as it deals with the outbreak. For schools in Kabwe district, authorities have renounced compliance with recommended cholera control measures.
So far, we've ordered even some hand wash. The washing points, we want every class to have a washing point. We have a washing bay at the entrance of the gate. Even now, as you walk in, we're even encouraging our parents that are coming to seek for school places to ensure they make use of the washing facilities that we have in school. Even in our toilets, we've paid attention. Right now, we are also they're ready, and all the classes we have made sure they are clean and the environment ready for the reopening of school.
And the toilets at the moment, they are clean and so clean. We've even purchased some reagents that we can use just to kill the germs that can be around. The classrooms are cleaned. We did that last week as we were preparing for the coming of the children. They are clean. The only thing we have to do for now is buying the disinfectant so that as the children will be coming before 29th, We will disinfect every room in school.
And a visit to Kalonga Secondary School revealed that the school was in conformity to the guidelines.
The toilets for the children are clean. And also as an institution, we are using our mower to clean around. But because of the vastness of the institution, we are thinking that we can also engage the prisoners to just come and assist us in searching the area around. We have sensitized the community that issues of selling this time around will not allow it because we want to conform to the guidelines given by the government.
The Dean of Head Teachers in Central Province has appealed to all head teachers to prioritize the battle against cholera.
In Central Province should not disappoint government. Government is doing its best by giving us these constant grants. And from that grant, we know there's a component for sanitation. So, as we battle against cholera, it is imperative that we give priority to the battle against this disease.
Daniel Billy for Zanis News in Kabwe District, Central Province.
And in Western Province, Acting Mwongo District Health Director Moffat Kasoka has disclosed that the 5 cholera cases recorded in the district are imported from Lusaka. Speaking when Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa and Mwongo District Commissioner Morgan Akabeswa visited the Cholera Treatment Center at Mwongo District Hospital, Mr. Kasoka has explained that all the 5 cholera patients have a history of traveling to Lusaka. Mr. Kasoka also revealed that the facility currently has 5 patients in admission, stating that all the patients are stable with no mortality recorded so far. He has further disclosed that the district has set up a checkpoint at Nalwei. Meanwhile, Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa has advised Mwongo residents and people of Western Province to avoid unnecessary travels to places that are cholera hotspots. Mr. Akapelwa has also encouraged health workers to educate the people they live with in their various communities on how they can prevent themselves from cholera. A multidisciplinary team led by the Parliamentary Committee on Health, Christopher Kalila, has arrived in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, to conduct a pre-inspection routine of the second dispatch of drugs that the government has procured through the Zambia Medicine and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA. The team comprises officials from ZAMSA, Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, ZAMRA, Cabinet Office, and the Ministry of Health. Pethias Mtale is in Cairo and filed in this report.
The second batch of medicine and medical supplies that government procured from Egypt through the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, will soon arrive in the country. And a team of medical experts has since arrived in Cairo for pre-shipment inspection routine. Confirming the arrival of the team in Egypt, Zambian ambassador to the Arab Republic of Egypt, Major General Mulambe Lubaya, expressed Zambia's desire to enhance cooperation with Egypt in various areas.
We have the ZAMSA pre-shipment team that arrived yesterday to come and do some inspections of the medicine that we ordered from Egypt. It also shows that what Africa is advocating for in terms of intra-Africa trade agreement, it is going to be fulfilled, as many countries within Africa must be encouraged to trade amongst themselves. Indeed, without the political will of His Excellency the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the Minister of Health, Honorable Sylvia Masebo.
Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Health, Dr. Christopher Kalila, who is part of the delegation, praised the government for this achievement.
I am part of a multidisciplinary team that has been put together by the Ministry of Health to actually as a second batch to come and conduct a pre-shipment inspection or assessment, if you like, for the bulk supply of essential medicines from the Republic of Egypt to Zambia, And thanks to the efforts of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia for his leadership and interest in the health of our citizens.
Maxwell Kasonde, who is Assistant Director Pharmaceutical Services at the Ministry of Health, is the delegation leader, and his team has already hit the ground running. Indeed, the Egypt bulk purchase will play a pivotal role in bridging the gap in primary and tertiary health care services. Pethias Mutale reporting for Zanis in Cairo, Egypt.
Now, Mansa General Hospital in Wapula Province has received 49 newly recruited health workers. Out of the 49 recruited health workers, 33 are medical doctors. More in the following report by Kennedy Chomba.
Mansa General Hospital has received 3 new medical doctors from the just ended recruitment of health workers. All the newly recruited health workers who have been posted to Mansa General Hospital have since reported, and 95% of them have already been put on payroll.
I've received 33 doctors, among these 103 doctors. 8 were nurses, and then we had 3 pharmacists and 1 pharmacy technologist, 2 seniors, 2 registered midwives among these.
Civil Service Commissioner Wendy Mlenga has encouraged the new recruited staff to work diligently as they serve Zambians.
We received so many applications, overwhelming, in such a way that it was difficult to even select who should take. But you have been appointed at such a time as this to take up this position. So use it wisely, do your work diligently with excellence. I wish you all the best wherever you will be.
To the new recruited health workers, they are grateful to government and they have since pledged to work hard.
And on behalf of my friends here, I want to say we are going to do the work, and we'll try to work as much as possible, of course with your support. Whenever we have issues, we'll come according to your offices so that we ensure that as we work, also our conditions are also right, so that we work for the betterment of this province and also improve the patient care in this province.
All newly recruited health workers were expected to report to their various stations by January 8, 2024. Kenneth Chomba, reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District.
We now take our first break, and more stories when we come back. Stay tuned.
Hena korela ninzi, korela bulwazi bwa kusomona. Imuntu ugiswa bulwazi bwa korela ulasomona akuluka kapati. Itubi tulamenda menda manji. Imulwazi ulangwanyota kapati agambwa kumana kwa menda mubiri. Imulwazi iwa korela unga wahwa umawola alo ali 12 gombo kutita jana busirisi buli kaboto. Hena munzira iri buti muntu bwagwa yakujana bulwazi bwa korela. Igunywa menda alo atabikidwe musamu ja tuzunda na menda aji sitombe. Igurya jagurya jalo igubereha manza atasahigwa igabuto na igubereha mitima na himwi alo atasahigwa amimusamu na mwamenda ajisi imusamu walo ja tuzunda. Igurya jagurya jitahunigidwe jalo jakarwa nzinini. Igurya jagurya jitontola jalo jalegekwa na jajilo jalo jeneo tija yoburuga buto. Igurya jagurya jamumazira. Igurya imijelo na jihumani jalo jatasahigwa gabuto. Hena munzira iri buti muntu mbwagwa yahugwa bira bulwazi bwa korera. Igubona masimpe guti wabagwananganya gabuto menda agunywa. Igwinda mugubona masimpe guti ajigwa na igubiko musamu wa chlorine. Amusambe mumanze nugubere hansipa. Na menda abigwe musamu ja tuzunda. Mwamana gubere hajimbuzi. Amugisibige nangu jigasaha ija kurya gamutana agujirya. Amuhunige ija kurya jindi yonse igutegwa guti jitakarwe nzinini. Mutari ija kurya jagura mu mazira. Amuberehe ijimbuzi jindi yonse. Amulitantamune mugobereha igumbuli na tupepa rwa plastic mugusowa tubi. Ambone masimpe guti tubi twasogwa na igubikwa mu jimbuzi. Ambone masimpe gutije mbuzi jindi yonse gajisalala na gajihunigidwe. Oyimulumbe wale twagulindunye abamutabulanga nyanseba mugisi.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula.
munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amatulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu wodwala kolera madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu wodwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mukalibe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsidwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbuzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
We continue with the news. The Zambia National Service has put up 10 fish cages on Lake Kariba in Gwembe district in Southern Province. The cages have at least 15,000 fingerlings each. Gwembe District Commissioner Kilion Chikandula, who inspected the project, is elated with the development which he says will contribute to meeting the fish deficit in the country. More in the following report.
According to 2022 estimates, the country has a deficit of 35 metric tons of fish, while the consumption is projected to increase by 2.1% on average between 2021 and 2026. In order to estimate the fish deficit, the Zambia National Service in Southern Province has ventured into cage fish farming on Lake Kariba in Gwembe District. This development has elated Gwembe District Commissioner, who wants more investors to come on board.
We are happy that at least for them to start, they put up 10 cages, fish cages, which is great. I know for their coming, it's going to attract other people or other investors. And as you can see, the lake is quite big. So many investors can still come and join Zambia National Service.
Zanis has placed 10 fish cages, each having 15,000 fingerlings on Lake Kariba in Gwembe District. The defense wing joins 2 other Chinese companies that are also operating in the district. Aquaculture Extension Officer Silas Yabopa commends Zanis for coming on board to increase fish production.
With the coming in of ZNS, it will also increase production. The other thing is that their coming in will also create employment for the local people in Chipepo, Gwembe district, and this will also reduce the crime, because you know if people are not doing anything, crime also increases.
Lulu Karambe, a resident, thanked the government for the project as it will create job opportunities for the local people.
As we are seeing projects like this, we know that our president cares for the people of Gwembe and would like to see Gwembe develop. It's such a nice thing to see fish cages like this. These are nice projects, and I think it's really wonderful. So we're thankful to the government for considering the people of Gwembe.
Jode Hajinene reporting in Gwembe district.
In Northwestern Province, beneficiaries of the Scaling Up Nutrition 1,000 Most Critical Days program in Ntambu ward of Mwinilunga district have described nutrition-sensitive interventions of the program as enlightening. The beneficiaries say through the program they have come to appreciate the need to preserve forests as they are a source of high nutritional value foods such as honey and caterpillars. Details in this report by Obed Lijim.
Nutrition-sensitive interventions include interventions whose primary objective is not nutrition, but indirectly affect food and nutritional security, beekeeping, water, hygiene and sanitation include examples of nutrition-sensitive interventions. Scaling Up Nutrition 1,000 Most Critical Days program is promoting these interventions among its beneficiaries in Ntambu ward of Mwinilunga district. Beneficiaries have embraced these interventions.
inanyana chipiru cha mananga neyi unakosi yenga yeyi watera uisha chitamba akatambu kulonda yumumenji huku inja muitara.
Nutrition specific interventions such as exclusive breastfeeding have equally been embraced.
Anadisumu ya kuira yina arumbukiri n'umugongo wami atati nadina kwata sizes irangochu inakwiruka nam kama na mwana eranga ngani yere nukumkwata ngani nenza na kudima kundimwa ni tomato chinu kurandisha na mari nukuranda musaradi nukuranda mafwana se ashani then nukubombera kuni chibwabo chami era tomato nukuza chache kuitara yejima inaokangesha ku chipiru.
District nutritionist Joe Mukali urges beneficiaries to implement all the interventions for maximum nutritional benefits.
Ensure that you put the castic that will enable you to place it and water will come on its own and wash your hands. That way we're going to ensure that all the germs that we get from the toilet, the loo, are washed away and you're clean. And ensure that there is soap, not just washing yourself with water.
Reporting for Zanis, Obediliji, in Imwenilunga District, Northwestern Province.
Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule says the successful implementation of the Demographic and Health Survey ZDHS relies on continuous social mobilization and unwavering support from various institutions and key stakeholders at all stages of the survey. Mr. Mukungule says the data that will be collected during the 2024 survey will help government plan for the provision of health services in the province and the country. He was speaking when he officiated at the launch of the ZDHS exercise in the province at the provincial health offices in Chinsali. Miriam Kumwenda now gives us the details.
Health information is one of the critical building blocks of a well-functioning and resilient health system. As such, government through the Ministry of Health and Zambia Statistics Office is implementing the Zambia Demographic and Health Survey that has since been launched in Muchinga Province. Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule, who graced the launch, said the exercise is an important one as it provides information for a better health provision.
The primary objective of this survey is to furnish us with reliable estimates of demographic and health indicators. Zambia Demographic and Health Survey plays a fundamental role in informing policy decisions and providing essential data for planning.
And the survey will be conducted in all districts of the 10 provinces of Zambia over a period of 5 months. Commencing on 9th January 2024 from Chinga, the province has been demarcated into 42 smaller units called clusters.
Chinga Province Health Director Dr. David Sunoya said the Zambia Demographic and Health Survey will help the sector to plan and influence decision-making in the provision of quality health care services.
Stakeholders such as the clergy and the civic leaders to help us, to help everyone in attendance to clear all speculations involving health intervention by providing relevant information to the public when they are conducting church services.
There are two teams to conduct the data collection activity in Muchinga, including some areas in Chama, because the workload per team is 25 selected clusters.
Knowledge and skills impacted in us, and we endeavor to do our very best as we step out to do a quality data collection.
The 2024 Zambia Demographic and Health Survey marks the 7th in this series of that have been conducted in the country across all the provinces. Miriam Kumwenda, reporting for Zanis in Chinsali, Muchinga Province.
Take our second break. Stay tuned.
Ushe cholera chinshi. Cholera bulwele bwa kupolomia. Omuntu ukwete cholera alapolomia sana eyo nonkuluka. Obusali buba ubwa menshi nokubutuluka ngomo basukire omupunga. omulwele wa kolera takwata menshi mu mubiri pamulandu wa kuluka era n'okupolomya. Omulwele wa kolera kuti afa mu nsa 12 nangu ntile 12 hours nga tapeerwa omuti uwafikapo. Usho muntu kuti akwata shani kolera? Okunwa menshi ayabula okuwamya nangu ayafiko. Okulya ifyakulya n'emino iyalamba nangu mufipe ifyabula okusamfya n'amenshi ayasuma. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo basunga okwabula okufimbapo ifyakutira na balunshi baleikalapo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyashelepo ifyatalala ifyakutira tabafisungire bwino nakalya iyo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo bashitisha mu misebo. Okulya ifisabo elyo n'omusalo ifyabula okusamfya. Kuti twaichingirira shani ku bulwele bwa kolera. Wamyanya menshi yakunwa okupitira mu kuipika nangu kubika mu chlorine. Sambeni kuminwa na sopo elyo n'amenshi ayasuma panuma yakubonfya chimbusu. Kafyeniko ifyakulya ilyo tamulalia. Fimbeni pa fyakulya fyonse pakuti balunshi tabaleikalapo. Mwilalia ifyakulya fisangwa mu misebo. Bonfyeni chimbusu inshita yonse. Mwila bonfya ifikunkubiti nangu ifupepala pakuposa ubusali. Shiningisha inokutila ubusali bonse bwaposwa mu chimbusu. Sungeni chimbusu ichabusaka n'okufimbapo inshita yonse. Iyimbira abamireterako chipa ni chimona pabumi.
Kanti kolera kibutuku manyim. Kolera kibutuku bwa kusululamu. Muti yanani butuku bwa kolera utasulula ni kutazamu. Muti yakula butuku bwa kolera usulula meza mfutasi na araisi aya kwa mutabanimu. Mukuliyo ukato kwa mezi mamubili bakengisa kufufulelwamu. Mukuliyo ukona kutimela mwahalalihola zeli shumi kazepeli haiva asafumanilikalafo zambuwamu. Mutu ukona kuyambula choni butuku bwa koleramu. Kunwa mezi asikakeni kapa kunwa mezi amasilamu. Kuchalicho ni mazo atezi masila kapa kuitusali apiso zetapisizwe ni mezi amasilamu. Kuchalicho zesika kwaelwa ni kuselezwa kwa linzinzimu. Kuchalicho zelobezi ilizeo alisikabukelezwa handemu. Kuchalicho zelekisiwa mama kululumu. Kuchalitolwana manicholo ni mulo zesika tapiswamu. Luko na chwani kuiselezwa kwa butuku bwa koleramu. Kuvilisa mezi akunwa kapa kuvea mwateni chlorine. Mfutuma zeli choza mina pili musikali chakalemu. Mukwaele lichoza mina kaufela kulisileleza kwa linzinzimu. Musike mwa chalicho za mama kululumu. Mwitu seka limbalimba nako kaufela. Musike mwa itusa bikopo kapa mapepa amuyumba zemasilamu. Mubone kuli mutabani wala telwa mwaka limbalimbamu. Mubone kuli kalimbalimba kamina kakenile nako kaufela manicholo ni kukwaelwamu.
Welcome back. Now, Kabompo District Commissioner Herbert Chinyanga says over 400 cooperatives and small companies in the district have been earmarked for support by the Hakainde Entrepreneurship Mentorship Initiative for Cooperatives and Enterprise. Mr. Chinyanga explains that the initiative is a platform for President Hakainde Hichilema to share his lifelong entrepreneurship experience in business so that cooperatives, clubs, and small companies become successful entrepreneurial organizations. And Minister of Finance and National Planning, Stumbeko Msokotwane, says investment in the mining sector will boost the economy and stabilize the exchange rate. Dr. Msokotwane says government is ready to face the challenge of stabilizing the exchange rate through various investments, such as the mining sector, by increasing copper production. He was speaking in Lusaka at the launch of the new Indo-Zambia Bank Long Acres branch.
Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, is optimistic that the foreign exchange rate will stabilize through improved copper production. He was speaking this morning at the launch of the Indo-Zambia Bank Long Acres branch.
I wish to encourage Indo-Zambia Bank to continue on the trajectory of innovation and creation of new products such as agency banking, customer-centric approach to doing business, as this supports financial inclusion across the country. Obviously, the challenge that we face this year is that of the foreign exchange rate. The foreign exchange rate in 2023 has been a challenge to government. From where it was 16, now it's about 26 plus. It has been a challenge. But as ever, we are ready to face that challenge. The key drivers of the foreign exchange rate, number one, and most importantly, we know for sure that in 2023, the copper production, we cannot avoid talking about mining and foreign exchange because 90% of our foreign currency is for mining, at least for now. So, in 2023, copper production went down, and therefore, foreign exchange availability to the country also went down under process. This is why last year, remember, there was an announcement that First Quantum was going to put in 1.2 billion, Lumana 2 billion. That money is to prepare the next grounds for mining. So we know that this reduced output in 2023, which has caused this foreign exchange problem, this is a temporal thing to be overtaken very shortly. The Kwacha is about to make a counter-attack. The Kwacha is about to make a counter-attack, not through imagination, but because tangible money is going to come in the economy.
And speaking at the same event, Indo-Zambia Bank Managing Director says the bank is committed to working with government.
Ongoing commitment to initiatives like branch expansion is a testament of our confidence in the bright economic future of the country. The sound economic policies and various developmental programs implemented by the New Dawn government.
Meanwhile, the bank's chairperson, Michael Gondwe, explains how the bank is aligning with government's vision.
The bank's strategic direction, guided by the board of directors, is focused on aligning its initiatives with the nation's 8th National Development Plan and contributing to the unlocking of Zambia's economic potential.
Shilika Chabalengula for Zanis in Lusaka.
Still in business news, Palabana Dairy Cooperative Society recorded a gross income revenue of over 20 million kwacha in the year 2023. Speaking during the 2023 annual general meeting in Chongwe, Palabana Dairy Cooperative Society chairperson Pamela Ndlovu has disclosed that the gross income revenue increased by 6% between 2022 and 2023. Ms. Ndlovu has commended various stakeholders for supporting the growth and sustainability of the cooperative in 2023. Meanwhile, Chongwe District Cooperative Inspector Maureen Namangolwa called on cooperatives board to improve reporting mechanisms on the various activities being undertaken by its members.
It is gratifying to note that despite the many challenges farmers faced, Palabana Dairy Cooperative has recorded an increase in gross revenue from 19,231,844 in 2022 to 20,365,574 teningwei in 2023, a 6% increase. Additionally, the United States of African Foundation and the Rural Development Innovation granted Palabana Dairy Cooperative 1,881,608. So far, 214,704.77 in way has been accessed. We need to continue with prudent management of these resources in our going forward, so that we are granted a bigger grant for the next phase.
Reporting to the members
of how you are operating. This is great. So that you have reported, then it will give the idea to the members of how they can improve their cooperative so that next time they can receive dividends. Unlike where you just keep quiet, they don't even know the problems they are facing. You see that? So I really congratulate you for that. Havana Dairy, you are maybe number 1 or number 2 level Zambia. In Chombo, we have got about 5 dairy cooperatives, but they cannot compare themselves to Havana Dairy.
Government has handed over earth-moving equipment, a monitoring vehicle and a police land cruiser to Shangombo district worth over 5.4 million kwacha. Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta says the equipment will help in the development of the district. Kasweka Sakaimbo filed in this report.
The government's Enhanced Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is making gigantic waves in Shangombo district like never before. For a long time now, the district has been left behind with a poor road network, lack of modern infrastructure, and scarcely any health facilities. With this backdrop, the local authority in just 2 years has built 12 classroom blocks and 7 health facilities. Provincial Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta is in the district to officially hand over earth-moving equipment, a tipper truck, a motor grader, a TLB backhoe loader, a CDF monitoring land cruiser, and a land cruiser for the Zambia Police.
There is no better testimony to say this government is working, this council is working, this MP is working. Because we can see. The people never used to respect people of Western Province. This is the proof that Mtompe Akainde Chilema loves this province. The MP was just telling me that this month, before it's out, at least before he goes back to Parliament on the 13th of February, this council would have received the water bowser, this council would have received a bus.
A newly built 1x3 classroom block has also been handed over at Shangombo Primary School.
We want to thank the Honorable Minister because he has a heart for Shangombo. There have been many ministers in the previous governments who claimed to were ministers for Western Province. I'm sorry to use claiming. They claim to be ministers for Western Province and yet did next to zero for Shangombo.
The area member of parliament says with these massive changes, Shangombo is currently number 2 in the country in the utilization of the Constituency Development Fund.
So even at the secondary school, I'm sure we're able to see the dormitories and another one by future construction. So this is what we have done so far in 2 years. We have about 12 classrooms, dormitories. We are going to have 2 secondary schools, 3 boarding secondary schools in 2023. All this is because of the enhanced CDF. Water integration, we are also attending to it. So there's a lot going on in Shangombo. No wonder we are number 2 in the country.
Kasweka Sakaimbo reporting, Shangombo District.
On the Copperbelt province, police in Mfrira district have successfully recovered stolen items worth thousands of kwacha and apprehended 6 suspects for theft. Mfrira district police officer commanding Bilad Mpengaula has disclosed that the recovery of the items follows a break-in at a shop in Kankoyo Township where goods valued at over 20,000 kwacha were stolen. Here are the details.
Police in Mufulira district have successfully recovered stolen items worth thousands of kwacha and apprehended 6 suspects in connection with the thefts. A range of items, including plasma television sets, subwoofers, fridges, bicycles, mattresses, fertilizer, foodstuffs, and various household items were found during an on-the-spot check by Zanis at the scene. Copperbelt Province Police Commanding Officer Piswa Mwemba disclosed that the recovery resulted from a targeted operation conducted on Saturday. Mufulira District Police Officer Commanding Bilad Mpengaula added that the breakthrough followed a break-in at a shop in Kankoyo Township, where goods valued over 20,000 kwacha were stolen. Following the arrest of 3 suspects linked to the break-in, they led police to a house owned by one suspect's parents, which not only housed stolen items from the shop, but also revealed additional stolen household goods of undetermined value. Consequently, the parents and sister were arrested for harboring stolen goods.
We received the intelligence information where we picked 3 suspects. When we went to their house, that's where we discovered a lot of items which were stolen.
The suspects are currently in custody, and police are urging the public to come forward and identify their stolen property. Rachel Chisulo, reporting for Zanis in Mufulira.
Now, Lukulu and Mitete districts in Western Province are the latest beneficiaries of the First Family's donation of assorted items for vulnerable communities. Here's a report.
The United Party for National Development, UPND, in Lukulu and Mitete districts in Western Province have benefited from the First Family's donations gesture of appreciation. UPND National Chairperson for Special Duties, William Banda, made the donation on behalf of the First Family.
I want to thank you that you gave the President, the MP and councillors overwhelming vote in Mitete. So the President gave me instruction. You must go and tell Mitete people that I love them. The President knows what you are going through. He knows about the road. Given to Mitete district 2 wheelchairs and 2 crutches for those who are failing to walk.
The gesture has been massively received with a lot of gratitude to the First Family.
I'm very much delighted for the materials that I've received from our First Lady, Madam Mujita. To the history of Zambia, this is the first thing that I'm seeing.
And at the same event, Mr. Banda, in company with UPND Provincial Vice Chairman Austin Muneku, also received defectors.
And don't destabilize the party by bringing in your favorite people who wants to stand as the candidates next election. It's not a good thing.
Rita Kabindama, Zanis, Lukulu District, Western Province.
And finally, in sports news, the under-17 girls coach William Njovu says the future for women's football in Zambia is bright, as evidenced by the talent exhibited at the under-17 girls All-Stars versus the Rest match. Njovu says the tournament has unveiled a lot of talented young girls from all the 10 provinces of Zambia, stating that the future for women's football is exciting. Speaking in an interview with Zanis, Njovu has explained that despite the short notice, the girls showed commitment and resilience. Njovu, who was also part of the technical selection team for the under-17 players' provincial playoffs, added that the contest was meant to help in tapping talent and strengthen the team in preparation for the 2024 Chile World Cup qualifiers. Last week, the Football Association of Zambia FAZ organized the under-17 girls All-Stars versus the Rest to help in talent identification and strengthen the under-17 girls national team as they prepare to play Tanzania in a back-to-back second-round qualifier next month.
It has been a wonderful process. We saw a lot of young talented players. We saw a lot of girls and teams, provinces that came that I think were really good. And generally, I think we can be excited about the future of Zambian women football because most of these provinces came and obviously there was short notice and this and that, but you could see that we have a lot of talent in Zambia. Our first priority was to look for players that were like really looking ready to feature for the under 17 national team. That was our first, and the second was to also look for those that can, those that can play maybe in the later years. So, impressively, we saw a lot of those that can really, can feature right now. But a lot of them were those that can feature, for the future, for the years to come. This All-Star versus the rest game was very important, not necessarily to change the whole team that is already there. No, it was important for just to, really to try and help the team that is already there, to help them, gear up, getting ready for the qualifier that is coming up. But also, it was important for the race squad, for everyone to see that in spite of having a team that is already there, we also still have players that, players that can come in and beef up the squad. Yeah, I think it's important to have these kind of programs, I think, annually. And I would suggest that this kind of program should not be done only when there's a game close. They should be done, there should be an arrangement where these setups are done as early as possible, so that even when you pick new players that are beefing up the squads that are already there, these players would have a lot of time, to gel in and also to strengthen the teams that are already there.
On that sporting note, we come to the end of the news, but before we go away, let's take another look at the stories that made headline. Cholera vaccines to arrive in the country next week. Zanis sets up fish cages on Kariba Dam. 400 entrepreneurs in Kabompo to benefit from Hakainde Mentorship Initiative. And under 17 coach takes optimistic view of women's football. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Remember to join us again tomorrow at the same time for another edition. For now, it's goodbye.